When I came back from my sabbatical, it was profoundly different in terms of what I was doing and how I was focusing my time. I spent a lot of time with my team debriefing in terms of where was the most value that I could have for the organization, given the fact that I was gone for 3 months. Where did they need me the most, and what could I do? So I spent a lot of time really shifting to be more involved in the visioning of the organization, the bigger picture, being the face, and really driving change for the organization.
Did the sabbatical, have you all thought more seriously about succession planning as a result of the sabbatical?
Definitely. In fact, it's one of the things that we've been working on as part of our strategic planning is not only succession planning, or I call it transition planning, for my level, but throughout the organization for different leaders in the organization who are getting up in years like myself, and looking at what makes sense in terms of growing leadership internally. Do we need to restructure anything? And it's been something we've been doing from the board level all the way down to the line level staff.
If you were going to give a piece of advice to organizations considering applying for the sabbatical program, what would it be?
If you're considering applying for the sabbatical program, my advice would be to really do your due diligence around the readiness of your organization and make sure the timing is right, and then give yourselves enough time to plan in advance prior to the executive director or CEO leaving, and use it as a time to learn. It's really a learning experience, not just go away and come back and do things the same way.
So how long ago was your sabbatical?
I was on sabbatical in summer of 2013.
So do you feel like the organization has changed since then, or have you changed?
In terms of what's changed with me and or the organization since my sabbatical, I've changed in terms of where I'm focusing my time. I've really put a bigger effort in looking at what is of value to the organization in my role in terms of external activities, internal activities. I'm really a lot less operational now than I used to be. I really work with the team to say, what is it that you can do without me, and what is it you were doing when I wasn't here that you can manage yourselves, and what are the pieces that I should be focusing on?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, and what's the name of your organization?
I am the executive director of the Harold Robinson Foundation.
And where's the Harold Robinson Foundation located?
We office out of the Los Angeles area, but we have primarily our programming is located in the Watts community, and we also have a camp up in the Angeles National Forest.
So this program that we're going to be presenting on today is about sabbaticals for nonprofit executive directors, because there is a tendency for burnout in the executive director ranks. So what would you say is the hardest thing about being an executive director?
Wow, just all the juggling that I have to do. I wear an awful lot of hats in the organization. We're a small organization. I'm actually the only full-time employee, and so I kind of, I'm turning on the lights in the morning and turning off the lights in the evening, and doing everything in between.
So how many years have you been working in the nonprofit sector?
I've been in education and the nonprofit sector for the last 17 years, specifically in the nonprofit sector for the last 6.
So have you ever thought of taking a sabbatical, like a paid leave?
I've dreamed of taking a sabbatical. It sounds wonderful, but I just can't really get my head around logistically how that would happen.
Well, that's part of the nature of this program, to provide that sort of logistical support, but I encourage you to talk with some of the honorees today. Any like, I don't know, just if you were going to take a break, where would you go?
Wow, great. If I were to take a break, where would I go? Well, so I'm pretty new to the executive director world, and so this is my first executive director position. And in can I ask a clarifying question about sabbaticals?
Sure.
So in a sabbatical, is it time for like my own professional development, but away from kind of the daily grind of the job, or is it time off for time off's sake?
It could be used, it's up to you. If you want to use it for professional development, you can, or you can use it to take a break, and then the people who you assign to cover for you while you're gone, they receive professional development. So in a sense, it's like succession planning.
Nice, love that. Yeah, well, I definitely, I was always hungry for my own professional development, and always, looking for new trends and trying to deepen my knowledge base. And so I definitely, if I were on a sabbatical, would love to pursue that a little bit and just again grow myself professionally. But I think I understand burnout very well, and I feel it personally at times, and see it professionally with my colleagues. And so can see the real value in using sabbatical just to get some downtime.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. So tell us, what year was it when you got your sabbatical award?
2008, I received my sabbatical award.
And if you had some advice that you would give to the current honorees that are getting ready, what would it be?
Is to really, really do your best not to call in, not to inquire what's going on in the office, because many times, we got to give our staff the opportunity to develop.
Did you find that your staff and your organization was different when you returned from the sabbatical?
Well, first of all, I have incredible staff with tremendous commitment and compassion for the work. So that I knew leaving, but when I got back, I don't want to say surprised, but to see the comprehensive approach that they took to furthering the organization, both administratively and programmatically, was incredible.
It's wonderful. And also, can you tell me if you felt any different yourself, how you approached your work, how you approached your mission after taking a sabbatical?
Well, I mean, the compassion and the passion for the work has always been there, but I came back just feeling so resilient, feeling that there was a new fire, a new zeal to be effective in the work that we do, because it's really high relationship with people and it's high task. So that was really the feeling that I felt in coming back.
So we have a lot of executive directors from many different organizations here. Some of them might be considering applying for sabbatical. What would you recommend they do in deciding or preparing?
Well, I think what's important, they're going to take care of the nuts and bolts, a little tie up the loose ends, and if at all possible, get away. Get away. I had the opportunity to go to China for 1 month. Wow. I got to go to a place that I had no clue, and I had a chance to go to the Ebony Museum, to see the panda. I had a chance to hike the Great Wall of China, and it was something that I never dreamt of, but it was something that when I was done doing that, there was such a fulfillment. It was like, wow, the Great Wall of China, my God, amazing.
Is there anything else you'd like to share about the experience of sabbatical?
Well, obviously I have to really give my dosage of gratitude to the California Wellness Foundation for even coming up with the idea to create something that gives executive directors an opportunity to replenish, to refortify, because the grind that most of us are just driven people, and we just don't know how to pull back. And so even leading up to it, there was apprehension, but that's really, I think, critical that people take advantage of this opportunity. And as the first couple of weeks go by, you'll start getting your legs under you, and then pretty soon you'll be running.